press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, how are you? So I hope that all are doing good. So today I am here with you with the new topic. The name of the topic is interjection from the grammar part. Okay, so till now we are come to know about noun, pronoun, okay, then adverb, adjectives, then verb, okay, then conjunctions and prepositions. So now it's about an interjection. Okay, here interjection means what is the interjection here? So interjections are the words which is used to express the sentiments and emotions, okay, by the writer, by the speaker, okay, to give the ideas. So in what way that the sentence had said, okay, the sentence is said or saying. So in that thing we need some interjection words, okay, that is called as a interjection words, which express the sentiments, which express the feelings, okay, that is called as interjections. Let's see about what are the interjection words here, okay. So the words are like wow, what, alas, then well done, okay, then hooray, hey, hi, then help, and ouch. So these are the words which express the sentiments, which express the feelings, okay. So this is about, and now they are usually single words or small phrases. Actually they are all the time, it is a single word, we can easily understand it. We can easily understand that this word is an interjection and this sentence is in a, it is telling some of the emotions and also some of the feelings, okay, if you could see it. Then it is separated by the commas, and those words which is separated by the commas and they are on their own with an exclamation mark. So whenever if we are use the words like that, so there is an exclamation sign, okay. So that means that these words are called as interjection. And when it is an interjection means the sentence is telling about some of the feelings, some of the sentiments, some of the emotions, okay, by the writer, by the reader, by the speaker, okay. So this is about a interjection. It is very easy to identify the interjection words and how it is going to be used here, okay. So here I wanted to tell some of the examples with the punctuated marks, okay. So the words like alas, alas. So here with the exclamation mark, okay. So this symbol is called as exclamation mark. So it is expressing pain, okay. Alas, it is expressing pain. If any tragedy, if any person is met with an accident, any incident which gives a pain, so that word is used here, that is called alas, okay. So when we are reading some of the lessons, so the writer has used that kind of a word which is used the interjection here, okay. So like that you can identify what are the interjection words. Then here is hello, you can take that hello. Hello. So here it is expressing the greeting, expressing greeting, wishing, greeting it, okay. Hello. This is, and again there is a oh. So this is expressing pain, expressing pain, okay. Then well, so well, okay. Why it is using it is expressing surprise, it is expressing surprise here, okay. And like that there are some of the words like great, great, help, help, then wow, it is also expressing excitement, okay, it expresses the excitement or a happiness, okay. Then what, shock, what, it's a shock, okay. then hooray, hooray, then ouch, ouch, then good morning, it's a wish, good morning. So everywhere there is an exclamation sign. Okay, if you see these words, so there is an exclamation sign, which means that these words are called as interjection. Okay, so this is about that. Here there are some of the sentences which is used. So these words are used in the sentences. So let's see here which are the sentences are here. Okay, so here the uses of some of the interjection sentences are here. Okay, so here is the words like wow, wow, that's an amazing news. Wow, that's an amazing news. Okay, then it shows the happiness or excitement. Ush, please be quiet. Ush. Shh. Okay, we make a noise, no? When students are talking. So teachers are used to say this word, please be quiet. Now I understand what you meant. Now I understand what you meant. Okay? So then, yeah, I would love to have some apple juice. I would love to have some apple juice. Okay, so this is about the sentences. These are the sentences where the interjection words are used here. I hope that all are understand that what is interjection. So it is only the small topic. It is very easy to identify it. Okay, so these are the sentences. Once again, I am repeating this. Wow, that's an amazing news. Ush, please be quiet. Now I understand what you meant. Yeah, I would love to have some apple juice. Okay, so these are the sentences. When it is used, when it is say the sentiments and when it wanted to share some of the feelings. So these are the words are used in a sentences. So this is about interjection. Now I will start in this class about participle. Okay, so what is this participle here? This is about interjection. This is the next topic here. Okay, in the today's class, that is participle. So what is this participles? Participle is a word which is formed from a verb and which talks the nature of both verb and adjective. Okay, so this is a word which is formed from a verb. Okay, so it takes from a verb and it is also which takes the nature of both verb and also adjective. So this is a words. So these are the words. Participle means these are the words which is formed from verb. Okay, so these are the words. Participle means these are the words which is formed from verb. Okay, the verb which is formed from the words which is formed from verb, and it shows the nature. It shows the nature both verb and adjective. Okay, so what is the definition of this participle is? So participle means these are the words. So how it is forming the words? It is formed by the verb. Okay, and it shows the nature. So what is the nature here? That nature which is gives the quality of verb and also adjective. Okay, so this is the definition of the participle. Let's look over the examples here. Okay, so what is the example for this? Looking at the snake, Mayank screamed and sprang up out of his chair. Looking at the chair, Mayank screamed and sprang up out of his chair. Okay, so looking, if you see this sentence, looking at the chair, Mayank screamed and sprang up out of his chair. So look, when it is adding, when we use only this look, when we separate word looking, look from looking, it's a ing, is it? So look is a verb. And it shows the present participle. It tells a present participle. The action which takes place continuously, okay, the action means the verb which is take place continuously. So there we have to use the present participle, that is the ing, okay, ing, that is the meaning. And Mayank is a noun, okay, Mayank is a noun here. You take this word, it is a noun, okay, so it is a verb, that is the present participle, okay. Look, it is not used looked. When it is used looked, it is a past participle, but here is look plus ing, so the sentence which is in a present participle. And here in the next sentence, in the same line, in the next sentence, which what it is there, that is Mayank is a noun, okay, it is a noun. And also Mayank is also acts like an adjective, okay, so it shows the quality here. It is a noun which acts as an adjective. So what it is doing here, Mayank, he is screaming, okay. So now here in the sentence, Mayank is screaming when he was look at the chair. Looking at the chair, Mayank screamed and sprang up out of his chair, okay. So this is the sentence of this definition, okay. I hope that you all are understood this. It is also formed from a verb action of looking, acts as a verb. So this is acts as a verb. This looking is acts as a verb here. Action is going on here. Okay, so this is about. So let's here in this participle we have three forms of participle, that is present participle, past participle and perfect participle, okay. So we have in this participle we have three forms of participle, that is present participle, past participle and perfect participle. And perfect participle. Let's see about present participle. So present participle, what it is formed by adding ing to the original form of a main verb, okay. So here in present participle, what happened here, only it is adding ing. So adding ing to the main verb. Okay, so that gives a present participle word. So when you take this word like learn, it is a main verb. When it is added to ing, it becomes learning. So this word is called as present participle. Okay, so this word is called as present participle. When we take the main verb, that is learn, it is an action verb. Okay, that is the main verb. When it is add ing to the main verb, then it gives learning, and this word is called as a present participle. Okay, so like that we have so many present participle like reading, then drinking, playing, sleeping. Okay, this is, and it is also used in a continuous tense. If the action is going on continuously, so in that case we are going to use this sentence. For example, I am reading novel of Shakespeare. I am reading. So now I am taking the novel of, when I am doing something, so what I am doing there? Reading novel of Shakespeare. Okay. Children were playing in the park. So that when I saw them, children were playing in the garden. So when I saw them, okay, so they were playing in the garden. So this is, and then next is past participle. This is present participle. Now is about past participle. Past participle. Past participle, the third form of the verb is called as past participle. Okay, so third form of verb is called past participle. How can you identify there is a third form of verb? So one is V1, V2 and V3. This is called third form. This is the first form. This is second form, that is this is the third form. This is called past participle. Okay, so this is, so when we take in a V1, if we take eat here, so when it is in a second form, that verb it is in a second form, that is in past tense, it becomes ate. Okay, so when it is in a third form, that becomes eaten. Okay, that becomes eaten. So like that we are describing the verbs in three forms, that is first form, second form and third form. We may call it as a V1, V2 and V3. Okay, so this is about, and here the third form is called as a past participle. This is the third form is called as a past participle. So let's see the example here. Example, frozen. Frozen, loaded. Okay, frozen, loaded. Then let's see about one of the example here. Meera has devoted herself to Krishna. Okay, so this is, so devoted, which is in a third form. Okay, that is in a past participle. She was devoted herself to Krishna. Then the next is the next sentence is here. She was not interested in reading. She was not interested in reading. Okay, she was not interested in reading. So this is in a third form. So this verb, it is in a third form when we are using the past participle. Okay, so this is about how you are going to identify it in a sentences. So it is in a past participle, it is in a third form. Okay, so this is about, let's see about a perfect participle. The last one is perfect participle. Perfect participle. Perfect participle means what here? It shows that the action is complete either at some time in the past or at the present. So here it says about an action which is completed either in a past or in a present. Already that action is completed. Okay, either in a past or in a present now. Okay, so this is like example for this. Okay, so once again I will write down here. So it means the action, it shows action, shows the action is completed either at the past, either at sometime in past, in the past or at present okay. So that is called as a perfect participle. So with the example here, let's see over the example here. Having walked continuously I am fully exhausted now. Okay. Having walked continuously. So a person, it may be me, myself. Having walked means myself, I am walking continuously. So I am fully exhausted now. So I can't do any other work because I am continuously walking. Since from half an hour, okay, since half an hour or 1 hour, okay. So that's why from the morning, so that's why we can take the words like this: walking, having walked continuously. From the morning it is saying, continuously I am walking from the past. So now I am exhausted. I am totally exhausted. It tells about a present, okay. Here the sentence tells about present, it tells about a past tense. So continuously being walked, okay, so that's give me exhausted now. I can't do any other work because of the exhaustion. So this is the sentence. So here we can use the perfect participle in two cases. That sometimes the action is used in a past tense, which is begin in a past tense, and the action which shows about a present tense. So there we are using the perfect participle. Okay, I hope that you all are understood this two topics of today's class, that is introduction and participle. These two topics are it's only about a small thing, means it's not a huge thing to understand here. Okay, so the perfect interjection, how we are identify the interjection words, okay, and when we are using to say about some expression, when we are expressing in a words and sentences, we use some of the words. So through that we can identify that which are the interjection words, okay, with the exclamation sign and commas and all. Here in the participle, there are three types of participle here, that is present participle, then past participle and perfect participle. Okay, so in perfect participle, although you can see here, although it is in a present tense, but still we are uses the ed, that is exhausted. We have not used exhaust. Okay, exhausted means the action it is doing in a present, but it is in a completed. Okay, so that action tells about a complete one. I felt exhausted. Okay, so that is telling at the present about something which is action is about completed in a present. Okay, so this is about the today's class. I hope that you all are understand the today's two topics here. We will meet you in the next class. Till then, all of you stay at home, keep learning. Thank you.